In a break from tradition, Saudi Arabia is set to open its first liquor store within a few weeks. However, the caveat here is that the alcohol will be catered exclusively to non-Muslim diplomats, as Muslims will not be allowed to enter the premises. According to reports, customers will have to register via a mobile app and get a clearance from the foreign ministry. Moreover, diplomats are not permitted to bring guests or any person under the age of 21 into the store. Additional measures will see mobile phones locked in secure pouches while shopping in the store. Moreover, a monthly quota will also be applied on each registered diplomat. Now, the decision by Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman is seen as a historic move for the kingdom, since
that's how it starts. That's how it starts. Have you ever heard of the expression, the road to hell is paved with good intentions? That's exactly what's happening here. Remember, guys, everything starts small. That's how everything starts. Everything starts small, and then it grows, it grows, it grows. All right? So today we're going to be reacting to Saudi Arabia to allow first alcohol sales in 72 years, dividing opinion. This is according to The Guardian. Shop will be open only to non-Muslim diplomats. Yeah, first. But some fear is first step to wider availability of alcohol in teetotal kingdom. All right. And rightly so. Rightly so, because we know with anything, it first starts small. So look what it's saying there. Look what The Guardian is saying. Shop will be open only to non-Muslim diplomats for the time being, but some fear is first step. It is first step to wide availability of alcohol in teetotal kingdom. The news that Saudi Arabia will allow its first alcohol shop has citizens and foreigners alike mulling one question. Is this a minor policy tweak or a major upheaval? Does it really matter what it is? Does it really matter? The fact that what matters is the fact that it's going to happen, and what matters is the fact that over time it will grow. Okay? That happens with everything. All right? Continuing reading from The Guardian, sources familiar with preparations for the store disclosed details of the plan on Wednesday, as a document circulated indicating just how carefully leaders of the teetotal Gulf Kingdom will manage its operation. That's the excuse. You know, they're going to be very careful. They're going to set up all these precautions to make sure that it's non-Muslim diplomats that are actually buying the alcohol at this alcohol store rather than Muslims. All right. But human beings are corrupt, and eventually it will it will go to the other side, if you get my meaning. Yeah. All right. That happens with everything. That happens with, with literally everything, guys. Located in the capital's diplomatic quarter, the store will be accessible only to non-Muslim diplomats, meaning that for the vast majority of Saudi Arabia's 32 million people, nothing will change. Yeah, that's not what they are worried about. Remember, just a few years ago, I think it was 2021, what did we see? Saudi Arabia opened up a halal nightclub. Okay? Nightclub, alcohol, all right? And in the nightclub, apparently they didn't serve alcohol and so on, but that's not the point. The sentiment is there, all right? It takes time for these things to be normalized. I'm going to tell you in a second what I really think is going on here, all right? Okay, and it's interesting to hear some of the comments that some of the people from what do you call it, Saudi Arabia had to say in regards to this. Still, some Riyadh residents told AFP they saw the development as the first step towards wide availability of alcohol, which would be a dramatic break from the nationwide prohibition that has been in place since 1952. It's a very, me, I'm a Christian, all right? I'm Catholic. I don't have nothing against alcohol per se. I do think if you do abuse it, it is a sin. But regardless, I can still respect the fact that Muslims see it as dangerous. And I can understand why they would feel some type of way about what is actually happening in their country. And, I do sympathize with that. Okay, now this is what some of the people had to say in regards to what's actually going. This is how they reacted. This country keeps on surprising us, said a Lebanese businessman dining on Wednesday night at LPM, a French restaurant in Riyadh, known for its lengthy list of non-alcoholic wine and cocktails mixed behind an 18-meter, 60-foot long marble top bar. It is a country that is developing, that is growing, and that is attracting a lot of talent and a lot of investment. So yes, of course, there's going to be much more. There you go. All right. It's only right? Yet, like the other diners at LPM, the businessman declined to be named, highlighting the sensitivity surrounding anything related to alcohol, which is banned in Islam, and a country that is home to the Muslim holy places of Mecca and Medina. One of the guys said, "It's not who we are." One of the men said. Another one said, "It's not that I have like some kind of judgment towards people who drink. No, absolutely not. But having something that is out there affects the culture and the community." Is absolutely right. And lastly, another person said, "It's just scary that they're allowing such things into the country. Any individual that wants to try alcohol, it's literally an hour by plane away," he said. Okay, look, I sympathize with this also on another level because, as you guys know, I'm Catholic. And recently what's been going on with the Catholic Church is the Catholic Church has, not the Catholic Church, the Pope. We are not very happy with this Pope, let's just say. He has allowed spontaneous blessing, all right? A blessing which can't happen in a church. It can't be part of church rituals, but he calls it a spontaneous special blessing that apparently a special blessing for same-sex couples that priests are allowed to give, but they can't give it in places like the church. They can't even wear the same clothes when they're giving out this so-called special blessing, even though the document says that the blessing is if the priest does give the blessing, that they are not blessing the union, they are blessing the individual persons. Still, we can see that this is the beginning of something that we are not going to like. So right now in the Catholic Church is literally a civil war. It's very divided at the moment. So it's the same thing that's happening here. All right. I call it the secularization of the world. That's what I call it. All right. And, like I said, it starts small and then it grows. So here's what I believe is happening. I believe that the West is trying to secularize the entire world it's trying to get the entire world to accept their way of life, basically. They're trying to force their way of life in the entire world. All right. So, and this is how it begins, guys. This is how it starts. It starts with introducing things that the West, agrees with. Clubs, alcohol, all kinds of degeneracy, guys. All right. All kinds of degeneracy. So this is basically what's going on. The world is being secularized, and they are forcing it, and they're forcing it on countries that don't want to be secularized, basically. And like I said, it starts small and it will grow. So now it's first alcohol store, and then believe you me, it will grow over time. All right. And this is happening worldwide. We also know that in Africa, African leaders are being forced to accept, LGBTQ rights. We have American politicians going up there and advocating for LGBTQ rights. So to me, the way it looks to me is as if countries around the world, are being forced by powerful countries such as the Western world. The Western world are very, very powerful. And they're being forced, they're being bullied into accepting Western world values, and these Western world values, when we're talking about Western world values, guys, we're talking about feminism, we're talking about secular humanism. That's what we are talking about when we are talking about Western, when we are talking about the secularization of this world. We are talking about the Western world wanting the rest of the world to accept feminism, to accept secular humanism, to accept evolution, to accept atheism, to accept LGBTQ. This is what they want the world to accept, and this is what they're pushing, and this is what they're trying to indoctrinate and to force every government to basically accept and teach in their own country. And and it will take time, it will take time, but eventually I believe that they will succeed. All right. Yes, guys, I hope you enjoyed this reaction. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.